For this Wednesday, it's time to talk a little Plymouth Rocky auction and to give you an update on how things are going within the auction. That you can go to Oakcrest, the website there, and take a look at how everything is going as far as bids are concerned. We want to welcome in our special guest today, Coach Kevin Garrity joined us. And how you doing, G? Good to see you, baby.
It's good to see you too. Good to be back.
Yeah, and so. Give us that update how things are going today.
Yeah, so obviously for those in town and in the area that have followed our auction every year, we are doing it different this year. Instead of a one-day all on the radio, it is, I think it's like a 10-day, I think is what it is.
Yeah, 10-day.
10-day long auction on Oakcrest site. Doing it different this year for various reasons, but kind of excited about the change. Will allow us to maybe promote some of the products a little bit longer and maybe hopefully drive up some of those bids, but it also gives us a chance to give more people an option or an opportunity to be involved in what's going on. So a big change this year from how we're doing it, but I was looking at it this morning and things are progressing well. About 8 days left on it, and pretty much every item has already started to get multiple bids. We have some items that are up towards 25, 35, 40 bids. We have our typical big items like the round trip airfare for 2 and 2 night stay that we have every year. That is very quickly generating lots of bids. So if you've not been able to take a look at it yet, go to Oakcrest and go to their website, and you can create an account right there. It's very easy. I did it last night just to make sure I knew what was going on. And it took me about 5 minutes to get set up with an account. And once you have an account, it's super simple to hop on and start placing bets. You even receive an email when your bet is beat, so you know you need to go back and place another bet. So we're super excited about it this year, and really hoping that we can continue the tradition of this radio auction, this type auction, being a really big fundraiser for our football program.
Well, we're glad we're part of it this year and helping you guys out with this, because we know it's not easy for programs, doesn't matter really what sport it is, but football especially, because there are so many expenses that, if you don't do this, you're going to be fundraising to the end of time.
Yeah.
And this right here is the biggest fundraiser. We only need a one-time shot, generate bids, and some amazing prizes this year.
Yeah, there are. And, that's running a football program. Unless you're, involved and looking at the numbers and paying for all these things, you don't realize maybe the expenses that are there. And I think our biggest thing the last 2 years that we have spent a majority of our fundraising money on is equipment for our kids. Our numbers, just a couple years ago, we were down as low as 57, 59 kids in the program. We're back up in the 89, 90, 91 range.
Where do you want to be?
And that means we need new equipment. We need more. We had to put in a purchase this year for 20 sets of shoulder pads because they get cycled out after so many years. That's a couple grand right there, easy. Exactly. And so these are all costs that just go into running a program. So that's what this fundraiser goes towards, is being able to make sure we have the equipment for our kids, that they can be safe and play football the right way, and that meet inspection guidelines, all of those things. And we're growing our numbers. So that's increasing that need. So this fundraiser, as well as, a couple small things that we do, all that money goes right back into getting the things that these kids need to be safe, play fast, play hard, and just enjoy football.
So I see you brought some guests here.
We did.
Again, on our, if you're catching this live, you can re-catch it on our Max 98.3 YouTube channel, which is Max 98.3 stream, ! Let's not forget that. But also on our Max 98.3 Facebook page. And so if anybody wants to share it, you can go to our Facebook page and share it. And I will be doing that, I'm sure, on the Rockies football Facebook page. Because we need to introduce a couple kids you brought here with some help. And let's go around the table left to right here.
My name is Aiden Riffle, senior.
My name is Aiden VanDusen. I'm a senior.
I'm CJ DeLee. I'm a senior.
So you brought three very important pieces to this year's football team here, and there's always, I like talking to football players about expectations, because every year there's different expectations, and because you guys are getting older, more mature, you're understanding what it means to win, you're understanding what it means to be part of a team. You're literally growing up before our eyes. And so let's kind of go around the horn here a little bit. And, Aiden, let's talk about you for a minute. Here you are, a senior already, man. Time's kind of flown by already, hasn't it?
Yeah, it feels weird. Honestly, like even talking to my parents, they're like, I don't even want to hear that you're a senior. And it's like last year, it's kind of like a last ditch effort almost. Like just see what we can do.
Talk a little bit about your expectations, your goal for yourself. What based on what you've been through with the program to this point, what kind of challenges are you putting on yourself to make a difference?
Well, obviously everyone wants wins. Obviously I want that too. But like for myself individually, like last year I had started on varsity and then I kind of went down. And then they were like, we need to switch it up. So I switched positions and I'm back on varsity again this year, starting again. And honestly, I just want to make the people around me better. Mm-hmm. Like I want to, grow in the weight room and everything. But as far as like individually and as a team, I want to make sure that I'm communicating with other people. Like, hey, what do you want me to do so that I can help you going forward as a team?
That's great, man. And that's a mature senior answer right there. I love hearing that because that means you're invested. What about you, Aiden Van? I'm just going to call you Aiden Van because I got two Aidens here. So,
yeah, obviously, like we want to come out with more than 2 wins this year, especially with it being my last year. Hopefully, like make a strong push. But just getting the undergraduates and like all the other young kids just progressing, getting them better, so that the program going forward is stronger.
CJ?
For me, some expectations this year are to just be able to flip that switch, I feel like some games last year we'd come out super aggressive, and then there's other games we weren't aggressive the entire game. So just being able to flip that switch and teaching the younger guys how to, switch that on during the game so we come out with more wins.
So we're talking with 3 seniors. How many seniors are we looking at this year on the roster, Coach?
That's a question I should have looked up before we came on.
Okay.
How many are there of you guys?
I believe it's 16.
16?
16? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and listen, I've been doing this, 40-some years, close to 40. Seniors are always the leaders of a program, and they should be. You've put in your time most than anybody else, but you also have to have that expectation. You're still earning your spot, and that will never change. Just because you're a senior doesn't mean you're automatically given a spot. And you guys have proven that you've earned your opportunities. So that being stated, you feel that mindset is back. It's what you guys, instead of just, hey, now I was a junior, I played well, I know I got to earn my spot, but now that I'm a senior, this is it, man. There's no looking back. We either go full bore or we need to do some readjustment on our senior core. To me, it kind of sounds like that with the answers you gave me a little bit ago. Am I off on that?
No, I don't think you're off at all. I know what you're talking about when it says like we have to earn our spot, because I learned that last year. I started on varsity as a junior and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I realized like I wasn't progressing as much as other people were, and then I just got too confident, lost it, and then I had to like rethink, switch up what I was doing, and then just get back towards the end of it.
See, and I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, because that means you know what it's like to get knocked down a peg if you're not putting in that 100%. That's a teaching moment. And so your expectation level should be, I'm not losing this spot. Wherever the coach puts me. That's where you become a leader. And I will tell you, outside of your high school career, this is going to help you in any job you go at. Because there's always going to be a competition. There's always going to be someone trying to knock you off. I don't care what it is. So, this year learned that when I play my best, when I give my best, the end result is going to be, you can't control what everybody does. You can only control you. And that's, if there's one thing I've always told kids over the many years when I've got a chance to speak to them is, listen, you can only control one person, that's you. And you get to make the decision either giving your all or not giving your all. And when you decide the latter, you're hurting everybody else. Because you are an important person on the football program. In this case, since we're talking football, that's for any sport. So I'm glad that you went through what you went through. Because now you don't want to get off varsity, right? I mean, right? Am I right? You don't want to get off varsity.
You're definitely right.
And Aiden, for you, I mean, you've matured into the varsity level. Talk about, what have you learned so far? When it comes to, wanting to be that person, because you mentioned a little bit ago, you want to be making sure everybody else is doing their job. That's what you can do, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, keeping people accountable on and off the field, in the weight room, watching film. That's a big one.
Yeah,
even sometimes I lack on, but just you just gotta hold people accountable. Just become a leader, and that people can count on.
Absolutely, CJ, your thoughts on it?
I feel like last year I wasn't very good at watching film. And so this year, that's an expectation of mine now, is actually watching film, diving deep, learning the position well, and then hopefully rubbing off on some of the lower classmen so that they do the same, and it'll make them a better player.
I'm a firm believer, and I know, and I know Coach G's probably not going to agree with this, but I always feel you are a better person when you concentrate on one thing. In this case, offense or defense. When you have to play both, there's a stress part about it. And if you don't concentrate for 4 quarters, you're going to start getting tired, and then all of a sudden you're going to start using it as an excuse. And so I always, and I used the same thing in when I was 4 years varsity in baseball and I played a little college. You got to want it. It's every minute, every second, every play that will challenge you, whether or not you want to practice what you're preaching. You know what I'm saying? And so I am a firm believer in whatever you need to do before a ball game, the night before. Put yourself in situations that are going to get you ready for the ball game. Some of the biggest challenges, and I'm sure Coach Garrity can attest to this, is trying to be a good student athlete. Now, you heard me say the word student, okay? That comes along with the territory here, because, like you said, Aiden, that you're setting the bar. You want to help others. It comes with a little extra necessity, and that comes with the academic part. You do your job so your teammates can look at you and say, okay, he's doing his job. Maybe I need to pay attention here. So you guys are definitely leaders by example. You know what I'm saying? And you guys took some hits. You guys took some hits in the win-loss column. And if that doesn't fire your butt up, I don't know what will. And this is what makes the game of football so fun, man. It's so competitive, but it tests every ounce of your mental preparation. I'm glad to hear CJ say, hey, I'm getting into the film more. Man, that is a big step to success. And to hear a senior say that after just admitting that I lacked in doing that, well, that's motivation enough for every other teammate to say, okay, if CJ's going to do this, what if? What if everybody looks at film a little more harder? Hey, there's something you could talk to your teammates about. Yeah, it's tedious. Yeah, you'd rather sit in front of a TV and play video games or watch movies or be with your girlfriend, of course. But you chose to play the game of football, and that is the ultimate team game. So what you do affects everything else and everybody around you on that team. So I always, before football season, and I've been blessed enough to talk to hundreds of kids about this, is that you do what you need to do. Everybody else will notice. and then they'll come asking you questions, and they'll look up to you, you know. And you guys being seniors, man, this is your opportunity to make the difference. This is it. You've earned to be a senior, starting on varsity, and you want to win out. Just like you said, no one freaking likes to lose. You know, and I've always subscribed to the fact what you do on the field and during practice, and most importantly practice, is going to be an end result on a Friday night. So if you lose a game, study a little harder on the film. Pay attention to what you're doing. Are you being a good teammate? You know, those little things, I'm telling you, they add up. And I know you've probably heard this from the coaching staff, because we got a really good coaching staff. We've always had a great coaching staff here in Plymouth. And if you're not paying attention to them, shame on you, because these guys know what they're doing. And they make investments. I think each one of you can probably say that each one of the coaches, including Coach G here, they care about what you do, you know. So, you know, now that I'm off my pedestal, didn't mean to get on that, but I get into coach mode, man, and I just had too many years of seeing kids shortchange themselves because they quit. Maybe not the team, but they quit on themselves. And it's a shame, because there's so much potential. You three have so much potential to be good, to help this team be better than 500, quite frankly. Okay? Now it's up to you to practice what you preach. You know? And I didn't mean to, like I said, get on my pedestal, do my coach thing, but it just happens naturally, because I care about representing you guys when we go on the air, when we do your games. I want to be able to say, CJ's been busting his hind end on the line. That's why I come to practice every week. I look at progression. I see who wants it, you know. And then when everybody comes to your ball games on Friday nights, man, they're going to look at you and they say, okay, man, both Aidens here playing their butts off right now. CJ just killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's what you strive for to get. And then you be a representative outside of the program. See, there's a lot of moms and dads, and God bless them, because they're great support. But I don't think you guys tell everybody necessarily what you do outside of being in between the lines. Meaning, going out and being a good Rockie representative, helping kids in the youth football leagues, that kind of stuff. Do you realize you're affecting the future?
Oh, yeah.
That's it, man. You know, when you guys get all older and you come back either for a visit or you come back home to stay, and your Rockie memories all start taking over, and you're like, I want to be part of that. Well, you because you were a part of it, you know how you're going to make a difference. You know, so like I said, this auction, and for you moms and dads and non-athletic parents out there, that's why this fundraiser is important. We got kids that are representing our community. That's not the question. They want to. And that's why this fundraiser is even probably more bigger than just, you know, equipment and stuff. We want to keep our kids safe, so that's a priority. So moms and dads, strike that out as a worry. It's getting taken care of through this fundraiser. But it's also helping these kids become young, mature men, and learning how to deal with life situations even within the game and outside of the game. I know these coaches. I know what they've done over the many years. I broadcasted Coach Garrity's games when he was a quarterback, and he was one of the best quarterbacks that came through this program. He got thrown into the wolves when he took his first snap on the varsity, and then he kicked hind end. And then to watch Coach Garrity coach, I wish I would have been a quarterback in football. This dude knows his X and O's, you know. And the most important thing is just be your best. Be the best that you can do every snap. You know, do the little things. Figure out if the guy across from you likes going more to his right or more to his left, or where's that front foot going, that you can counter that. You know, what route is going to be a best route? There's where your film comes in. There's where paying attention to film comes in. You do those little things, guys. People are going to forget about the years where we won 2 games. They will. Because when they see effort, man, there's nothing better. There's nothing better than watch kids out there wanting to help each other, make a difference each other. You know, and I subscribe. I'm a little old school here when I say this. If someone gives a little extra shot to your teammate, go up, pick up your teammate. You'll get your chance to get the shot back. So get them a shot. Now, I know that's not what I should be promoting, but to me, that's you taking care of your teammate. You guys are all brothers out there. So play like it. You know, and that's, again, moms and dads and folks who are not, or maybe just hearing this for the first time about this auction. That is why we do what we do with this auction. It's more than getting just the equipment part. It's teaching life lessons that these coaches are taking away from their own personal time to do so. And, you know, moms and dads, we love you. Keep up the support, you know, and that's the best you can be. That's what develops a winning atmosphere. So, like I said, I go into coach mode every now and then, and I don't mean to do that, but it's one of those scenarios where I believe in our coaching staff with every fiber. You know, I get to come to these practices and I get to see what they're doing. You know, you guys should be busting tail for your coaches, okay? And if you get yelled at, well, guess what? You deserved it. You know.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes. No, we really appreciate what you guys have done for our program. And honestly, we just appreciate what the community has done. It wouldn't be possible to have this auction every year that we have if we didn't have an outpouring of support from this community. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to come back here and teach and coach here, because I love Plymouth. I love the people. I love what it stands for. And so, you know, as a program, we are just so very thankful for each of the businesses, the parents, the community members, people who volunteer their time, give the resources, you know, give these items that we can auction off. It just shows that there is a level of support there for Plymouth athletics in general. And so we're very thankful, and we understand that, you know, we need to hold up our end of that as well, and we need to continue to improve and get better. So make sure that you keep checking the website. I do know there are a couple items that are going to be posted today that aren't on yet. We have a football that is signed by the Indianapolis Colts that will be on, the team that will be on, and as well as a couple more of the rounds of golf are going up today. So just make sure you check it, because periodically over the next couple days, some more items will be added. But once again, like, you know, these guys here can attest, we've always felt supported. We've always been able to get what we need because of the generosity of others and our administrators making sure we have that opportunity. So thanks again. Thanks for having us on. We start today, so these guys gotta get going. We got some practice here this afternoon. So just thanks again for having us, Tony.
It's been an honor. It's always an honor having you guys on. I think Coach G can attest that I support our high schools, and Plymouth always will hold a little special portion in my heart for it, because that's why I've spent the majority of my career broadcasting kids like you who are out there busting their tail. And so that will always continue as long as I'm breathing. I don't know how long that's going to be, but hey, you know, it's getting old stuff sucks. But, you know, this is for the community. And this is what you're playing for every Friday night, man. You're representing the P on that helmet, you know. And there's a lot of people who love watching kids bust their hind end. So if you do anything, that's what you're doing this year. You bust it. That would be a good logo, a little nice saying. Just bust it. You know. You can add whatever you want.
Yeah, you know.
It doesn't matter. Either way. Chris Auctions, go there. Make your bids now, because there are tons of things that you will love and be part of helping this auction here on Oak Crest. And again, we look forward to, I don't know, who's coming in tomorrow? Do we know?
That is a Coach Hanley question. I am not sure.
Yeah, he did tell me.
All right. Well, we know Carter Bush will be here.
Carter Bush is going to be here. All right, that'll work. All right. Special thanks to both Aidens and CJ, and Coach, always a pleasure, man. Love you to death. Keep up the great work. You guys are on a really good direction, and I love to see the numbers. That means people are ready. You know, that means we got
Yeah.
some kids who are ready to learn football, and you three, especially you three seniors, you're the ones that's leading the charge to making this program even better. So best of luck. Enjoy yourselves. Stay healthy. Okay, don't do any dumb things outside of football that's going to get you hurt. All right. So I know that. By the way, this auction is so good right now that our very own CJ over there went on the website. And so he looked at all of our stuff. And then there's another auction there
Yeah.
that's on Oakcrest. And it got him interested in it.
I know.
And he got into an awesome bid there. And what happened to that, CJ?
I lost.
He lost. he made an adult decision.
He made an adult
He
decision.
made an adult decision. It was
See,
good.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. What were you going for, by the way? What was it that you lost to on the bid?
A boat.
A boat. You lost on a boat.
I sold for
CJ.
$105.
Hey,
He made an adult decision to not spend money.
Yes, he did. That boy.
But go on, check it out. There's lots of good stuff. There'll be more things added. Every dollar helps. So
That's
we
right.
just appreciate everybody for their support.
All right, that's it. We'll have more updates on tomorrow's auction right here on Max 98.3 and also